I watched literally every single time travel anime, so you don't have to.
4畳半タイムマシンブルース
How do you make a follow-up to the most legendarily pretentious anime of all time? Well, first, that sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen, because being pretentious is a lot like being offensive. You have to be more meaningful than you are pretentious, but, well, I guess for a limp sequel, they certainly could have done a lot worse. Basically, they discover a time machine and then go back in time and then realize that they might create a paradox that causes the universe to implode, so they chase after themselves going back in time to try and stop it, and everything they intentionally and unintentionally do is just how things already happened. You know, the classic paradox where it's impossible to create a paradox because you trying to stop yourself from jerking off with a hose actually causes you, in a completely roundabout kind of way, to jerk off with a hose. Imagine that, but if, like, instead of a movie or an anime, it was a movie-length series of anime shorts for some reason. Tatami Blues feels like the writers saw the original and were like, okay, violently pretentious, we can do that, totally. Interesting, sure, but my problem is that it mostly stops there. In the original, every character could have been even thicker and duller than my cock, but you wouldn't know because the entire thing is told through the lens of this cynical, bumbling idiot of a protagonist, coating it in a fat layer of irony. But Blues is, for some reason, not, and so every character but him and Oz comes across as flat and boring in comparison. More importantly though, I just didn't feel like it had very much to say. Not that it didn't try, but when it thoroughly establishes that nothing matters and the future is set in stone, it kind of undermines any meaning it ever had. Obviously, I still put this in B tier, but I'm not just gonna sit here and praise an anime for just being witty, because we as consumers really need to demand a little fucking more than this. Oh, I like Thing. I want to pay money for Thing again. I don't even care if it's good. I just want to hand over my money like a good little sheep. Fuck you. Sure, this one's decent, but this is how you get shit like Steins Gate 0. Your willingness to part with money doesn't correlate to good sequel, and in fact, it almost always means the exact opposite. Just let stories die already. God.
B ティアグッド